everyone. Today I want to share chapter 41 of Genesis. So before we think about Genesis 41, do you remember the Joseph's dream in chapter 37? In his dream, his brother's sheaves bow down to his sheaf, and the sun, the moon, and 11 stars bow down to him, right? So it was written in 37. Now we are 41. But until now, nothing happened. The situation getting worse because Joseph's still in the jail. So how and when will God fulfill Joseph's dream? Because God showed him these two dreams, and then we wonder how and when will God fulfill Joseph's dream? But before we think about this question, I want to answer how and when will God make Joseph free, right? Before make Joseph in the position to get the bow of his family, he is in jail. How will God solve this situation? Oh, I made some summary about the Pharaoh's dreams. Let's watch it together. Though the cupbearer forgot Joseph in jail, God was with him. 2 years later, in Genesis chapter 41, Pharaoh had a dream. There were 7 good cows, and also there were 7 lean, ugly cows. Suddenly, these 7 lean and ugly cows ate up 7 good cows. Pharaoh could not understand the meaning of this dream. There is one more dream. There were 7 good and plump ears of grain, and there are 7 thin ears. These withered grain ate up 7 good grain. Pharaoh could not understand the meaning. At the moment, suddenly the cupbearer remembered how correctly he interpreted his dream. So now Joseph is in front of the Pharaoh and interpret his 2 dreams. According to Joseph, given by God's wisdom, 7 good cows mean that there will be the plenty for 7 years. So during these 7 years, the Pharaoh should prepare for the 7 years famine, which is represented by 7 lean and ugly cows. The grain also same meaning. During 7 years, there will be the plenty. So during that time, they have to prepare for famine for 7 years, because the famine for 7 years will make everybody in trouble. Pharaoh could understand his dream, and now he knows what to do for his country. For that, Pharaoh gave Joseph a lot of power as a prime minister, so he could rule over Egypt next to the Pharaoh. But we have to remember, everything is part of God's plan. Okay, so what do you think when you see Pharaoh's dream and Joseph's interpretation? So here we see that after 2 years later, now finally Joseph had the opportunity to get out of the jail, and by interpreting Pharaoh's dream. So when we think about this great result, maybe we envy Joseph's, but in chapter 40, we remember that Joseph was very competent, but he should avoid Potiphar's wife, very stressful situation. The worst is that he was in jail because of her. So we see the downs in his life, but he did his best to be well, right? But another disappointed moment is that the Though Joseph asked the chief cupbearer to remember him in chapter 40, the cupbearer forgot him for 2 years after he restored to his position. So maybe he forgot that Joseph interpreted his dream like this. So what can we do if, when, and how questions challenge our faith in God? Maybe we know what God promised, what will God do in our lives, but sometimes we are not sure about when will God make it true, how God will fulfill this promise, right? At the moment, especially when we think that our situation getting worse, we really wonder when and how will God work. So in that moment, what should we do? So I want to show you this one. The content in the purple box is his procedure. Joseph was sold as a slave, and Joseph was in jail because of false charge. And then Joseph should wait for 2 years until the cupbearer remember him. This procedure, maybe most of us got stressed and disappointed. However, we should not be disappointed in our down situation, because finally Joseph became a prime minister of the Egypt and attained great authority over Egypt. So many people will envy his result only, but we have to remember he had a very painful and hard procedure until he arrived this moment. So though Joseph stayed in jail for a long period, he confessed like this. He is in front of Pharaoh, and then Pharaoh said to Joseph, I have had a dream and there is no one who can interpret it. I have heard it said of you that when you hear a dream, you can interpret it. So Pharaoh expected Joseph interpret his dream, right? But at the moment, Joseph answered like this. Chapter 41, verse 16. Joseph answered Pharaoh, it is not me. God will give Pharaoh a favorable answer. So here, Joseph did not snatch God's glory, right? He empathized God before Pharaoh. So here, Joseph was sold as a slave and then was in jail, and he had to wait for 2 more years. All this procedure tells us focus on enduring. Joseph endured all these hardship and he was ready. So when we doubt God's power, when and how questions challenge our faith, we have to focus on enduring and being ready, not just the result only. Okay? So the result of Joseph's faithful endurance and preparation, Joseph could have a chance to interpret Pharaoh's dream. He got trust over Pharaoh, so he got free from jail and attained his power next to the Pharaoh. Also, he married and he had his own family with the 2 sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. All these results are very sweet, and then everybody want to be like this. But do not forget Joseph's past before he attained this happy result. So in Manasseh and then Ephraim, the name meaning tells us how much Joseph was in hard situation. Joseph called the name of firstborn Manasseh, for he said, God has made me forget all my hardship and my father's house. The name of the second he called Ephraim, for God has made me fruitful in the land of my affliction. So here, these 2 verses are really important. Though Joseph also knows that his past was very painful and very hard. However, Joseph confessed that God made him forget all his past hardship. It means now he is finally happy, thanks to God. And then also, he empathized, God made him fruitful, right? So we have to remember our procedure, painful procedure, will become like this. One moment, God will make us forget all our hardship, and he will make our fruitful. It is very hopeful message to all of us. So though when and how questions challenge our faith in God, we can give thanks to God and endure now and do our best to be ready. So we have to endure now and be ready when to express our competence given by God. So you remember her, right? Hidalin Diaz, the Olympic gold medalist. Hidalin Diaz expressed utmost gratitude to God and her supporters after becoming the first Filipino to win a gold medal in the Olympics. Many people just envy her good result, glorious result, because she got the new house and many rewards after she got the gold medal in the Olympic. However, we also have to focus on here. Like Joseph, she also had many trials and errors. Maybe she has to strengthen her heart to keep going on. So until she got finally the gold medal, she has to go through all these hardships, right? And then we have to see her hands. People will see only result of the gold medal, but we should not disregard her procedure. How painful would it be if she trains like this until her hands become like this, right? So let's focus on enduring and being ready, not the result only. God is good all the time. Though our situation get worse, God is all the time good. Like Joseph, God will make us confess that, oh, God made me forget all my past hardship and he made me fruitful. So let's wait and be patient and be ready until we get the great result prepared by God. Thank you very much. God bless you.